Hey, Rock Study, how you doing? Just vibing out to the music. Amen. All right, that's what's up. Yo, what's up, Kevin? How you doing? Oh, okay. Ore Alexander, ¿cómo está, primo? Tú sabes, estoy aquí hablando de la cosa de los artes marciales. Y en viernes tenemos una edición especial dedicada para nuestro hermano y leyenda del rap macorizano. En paz descanse a José Santana, Big Daddy U. What's up, little man? Us.
What
How
up,
you doing,
Don?
dog soldier? I'm chilling.
How was your day, brother? That's right.
My day, my day was I went to the gym and just worked it out and
Okay.
everything. How was your day, sir?
Pretty good, pretty good. Got some good work in, So it's
Yeah, that's
always a
what's
good
up.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Pete right here. I know that he will be coming up soon.
Okay,
That's
cool,
that's my
cool.
co-host.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's up. Is that the one that
So
you was telling me was the martial artist?
yes.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Hmm.
No
What's up?
doubt.
All right. Well, come on.
Push.
Us.
Gonna have to turn the music off. It's feedbacking.
Yeah, I know. Uh, let me just handle that for a minute. Yeah, us, Pete.
Us, brother. How you doing?
Gentlemen,
I'm
hello, salute, gentlemen.
salute.
Us, Ghost. How you feeling?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm
Got
okay.
life, so I'm good.
Uh,
Yeah, there's a
How was
there's a
your?
playback
I
somewhere because I only said that once.
huh? I mean, I
Hold on, let
got
me
like
check the mic.
All right.
You may have your YouTube page and the
I mean,
StreamYard page open at the same time, and that's causing the after effect. You're
oh
gonna have
no,
to
no, no.
close off the YouTube.
Oh no, I'm not on YouTube, so that might be the air filtrator that I have in my basement. So that's it. I'm not on YouTube or anything.
Yo, it's
Let me see if I can do something. Let me see if I can work this out.
All right. So do I sound better?
all right. Testing 1 2 3. Is there any double playback on what we're saying?
No.
There you go. We
We're
good
saying what
now.
we're saying, bro.
All right. Once
All right.
again, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Blessings to all. Safety. I am Sensei PK. Part of the lateness. Us to everyone. Ghost, welcome tonight. How you doing,
Well,
brother? Where you from? Do you have any kind of martial arts discipline yourself? And or are you interested, or do you have any questions?
All right. Originally, I'm from the northeast. Now I'm in the southeast. My first discipline was Taekwondo. Then
Copy.
when I came down here, I got involved with one of my best friends. His master was third generation Ip Man, so that's some Wing Chun. And then one of my uh, friends, his older brother, was a Chow Lei Fut. So those are the three that I have a little most understanding of.
Okay, pretty good. You have
yeah.
the best of what the kicking world is, and the best of what the hands world is. Because when it comes to hands, yeah, Wing Chun got hands. Nothing flashy, no overhand rights. Nothing crazy. Just everything impacted into a line fragment. All right, it goes like this. It goes like that. Um,
Yep.
I remember being young and only hearing the term sticky hands as Wing Chun. No one really knew. You know,
Shaky hands, that's right.
no one really knew the other terminology to it. You know what I'm saying? But it was always like, oh, let's go practice sticky hands, and I'm
Peace
like,
out.
what are we? oh, we're doing Southpaw, we're
Uh,
doing this, and it's like hooking the hands to each other's back of the wrist, and I'm like, wait, this reminds me of jujitsu for some reason, and it's like, yo, it was like, I'm all right, cool, but my main basic started off with Sado. I started off with Sado at 5 years old, and
oh
Sado
wow.
is the sun system to Kyokushin. So while going up the ranks in Sado, our master, who was a seventh degree black belt in Sado, was also a fifth degree black belt in Kyokushin. Trained under the same people.
Mm,
So Maso Yama, may he rest in peace. He's the person who trained Takashi Nakamura, and Takashi Nakamura was the person who trained William Oliver, who was my master. Us, may he also rest in peace. All right. So Maso Yama was giving Takashi Nakamura the honor of not just having his own school, but he was also giving him the honor of carrying the dons of his system in the Oyama system. So William Oliver was a black belt at a high ranking in Sado, but was still honored at a same high black belt ranking in Kyokushin, only for the simple fact that, the lineage. It's just the lineage. But certain things are different in the system, and those little certain things, if you master those little certain things, they'll be able to notice that, and they will give you that higher ranking and whatever higher system is what, just for the simple fact that they perceive that you mastered it. And that's what the dons are just to show. They're there to show mastery.
right. Like in Wing Chun, they don't use belts.
No,
Interesting.
no.
I thought.
Because Wing Chun is not about graduating in level. Wing Chun is about mastering yourself and the art of intercepting. You know what I'm saying? You're mastering your circle.
Right.
So they don't
Correct.
need a syllabus. They didn't need a syllabus system for that. What a day one would know is the same thing a day 20 would know, because they're practicing the same basic routine to make sure that they're mastering themselves. There was no, oh, you came to class for basic and this person came to class later for advanced. No, everything was advanced, straight to your face, straight for the street.
That's correct.
Of course. Of course.
And dog, I have a question, right? As far as the Chinese
Yeah.
systems, right? When
Mm,
when you got into learning about the Chinese systems and such, right? Um, was it like, because I know there's certain Chinese systems of the martial arts, they have like their own ranking system or whatever. So as Choi Lei Fut and Wing Chun, like what
right.
would be the differences and what would be the same within those two Southern martial arts?
For me, what it was um what's the gentleman's name on the panel with us now?
That's
What
Pete.
what 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 is all
You can
right,
call me
like
Pete.
Master Pete was saying. Pete, all
Senpai
right,
Pete.
like Pete
That's
was
it. Okay.
saying, see that Wing Chun is I'm getting I'm coming at you. Is no whereas Chale Fut, it's more of a you know a longer form, I'm gonna call it. You know what I'm saying? You got
All
movements
right.
from you know, you got movements that come from behind you, like just in stances and different katas you might find yourself performing. Whereas Wing Chun, all your movement is straightforward, because the line, the center line, like you were saying, I'm always supposed to keep that center line. So when you move, it's a move.
Move.
I understand. So I I prefer the Wing Chun
All
because it's
right.
more up. It's more up close and personal.
You're striking the meridian
So
line,
for me, that
which the weakest links and points of
correct.
our body, but they're also the strongest if you know how to use it. Um, that meridian line,
Exactly.
if it moves, you don't necessarily have to move, but now your fists move towards that line. So they're not seeing your body move, but the strikes are still hitting, and they don't understand what's going on. They're like, "Wait, I'm moving offline. Like, not to my fist, you are." Keep going, brother. My bad. I get
You
excited.
like what Pete said. No, 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 no. This is cool because this is how we knew. Like Pete was saying, you understand. Like the when he was saying that the beginner and the advanced, what it is you're mastering yourself. So what that's exactly what it is. So you know, okay, you're gonna move, but due to the training, my hands is gonna find wherever you go,
Yes.
Mm.
and that's what it's about. Making sure that I'm there, I'm in there.
Yep.
I never let you get out of there, you
Yeah,
know.
I'm not.
And I did when I did a little top team MMA training. You know,
Cool.
my son does yeah, he does kickboxing. No, sorry. Well, he does Muay Thai. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? So Muay Thai, he does Muay Thai and BJJ. Yeah. So yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
I like the Muay Thai though. Yeah.
It's brutal. It's not point fighting.
Nah, it's
It's
not
warrior.
pretty at all. It's effective.
It's warrior
Yeah, that's
fighting.
what it is. Yeah,
It's the way of the
yeah.
warrior. It's not no. It's not a sport. Even though they consider it a sport, because hey, why not? Why not make some money off of discipline?
All right.
But it's not a sport.
Yeah,
That is
that's the serious.
traditional.
Yeah,
It is traditional, cultural,
combat.
native to the land, where no one can say that they came from a different island to go to that island to teach them that. No one can say that. That was born where it was born at.
Yep.
Yep.
that's like that's like someone coming to mainland Japan or to Okinawa saying, "Oh nah, y'all bugging. You know, this is this and that." Excuse me. We've been doing this for years.
No.
Before people could get recognized to be put in
Yeah.
books, we've been doing
Century.
this. So cut it out.
Yep.
There was no paperwork back then. Nobody knew
Exactly.
how to write anyway. What are you talking about?
Nah.
People
Nope.
been kick, People have been kicking asses before knowing how to read.
Right.
I'm just saying, like
That's a fact.
before any scroll was made, people were already doing practices. This is why the reason it was able to be put on a scroll because they were able to recognize the practice and
Ah,
detail.
exactly.
It wasn't just made and
Because
that's
they've
it.
been doing it for so long.
Correct.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
this is why every kata
Like
has an
I
application,
even
a boom.
ah like I
See,
even
every
started
kata has an
studying
application. Hmm.
Tai
Hmm.
Chi
Go ahead, bro.
Chuan on my own. But I want to instructor now. I want a Tai Chi instructor.
If let's say like my old school used to be on 100th Street and Broadway back in the 80s. I don't know what year they tore the school down and they made a new building there because I left the dojo. I left that dojo in '96. So yeah, I was ready to move on to something else. But anyway, I remember back then, it was the traditionalness of everything. You know how everything was being done, and I don't know, man. It's very different from now. Now you go to certain dojos
It was
and you don't feel that karate spirit. Like you feel like you just
the
walked
artistry,
into like some commercial spot. Like what is this?
a gym. Yeah, yeah, like a gym.
Like why does it
I
feel
mean,
like I
come
just
on, man.
walked?
You and I, we karate kid people. We kickboxer kids. We blood sport kids. So you
Exactly.
understand? We want that. I listen. Now, my Taekwondo say Sabu was in a Kodak commercial when I
Right.
was in his dojo. Like he was part of the national team. Like and so yeah, he took it. I wanted that real experience. I wanted the Mr. Miyagi feel, and I got that.
Yeah.
That's what I got. So and then like just growing up watching martial. I mean, I'm quite sure all of us here have an affinity for Bruce Lee, even though that's not
Yes.
who basically our style is, but it's just the whole love of his art and him, what I mean, dedicating himself to, like you were saying, Pete, to master yourself. I mean, if you can't respect that, you're not a kung fu man, you know.
I mean, just to put a footnote on that,
So,
Bruce Lee didn't become a true
mm,
martial artist until after he did that, until after he mastered himself.
exactly,
Because after he mastered himself was when
exactly.
he came out. He came out with Jeet Kune Do. He came out with another two systems that we don't need to
That's
talk
right.
about right now. You know what I'm saying? But
Exactly.
that was when his martial mind really opened. Because before then, he wasn't fighting for the
Right.
love of martial arts. He was a street fighter. He was a brawler.
Yes.
He just wanted to
Yeah. A
excel in
trained
martial
street
arts and be
fighter.
able to kick everybody and anybody's ass. Period.
That's right.
Arrogant,
That's right.
cocky. This is why Professor Itman Us kicked him out the dojo. Like, bro, you're only here to learn stuff to
Yeah.
smack people in the street. I don't need you for that. You're getting me in trouble. I gotta pay fines for you.
Yeah.
So he kicked him out. You know what I'm saying? I know that no longer
Yeah.
after Bruce Lee mastered himself, that he opened his martial mind, that's when he realized, oh, my ways weren't per se wrong, but there is a better way. And then that's when he came out with the art of the
Right.
intercepting fist, Jeet Kune Do, and so
That's
on and
right.
so forth.
Right.
That's when I started to respect Bruce Lee more as a martial artist. Because as a kid, I knew in my heart that he was a good martial artist, but something in my heart told me that he wasn't doing it for the art of discipline. He was just doing it for the fame. You know how some
Got you.
martial, how a lot of people on the movie scene, look like martial artists because there was a good choreographer, but in real life they don't train
Right.
out even
Right.
once a day. You know what I'm
And
saying? So
I'm glad you said that. Let
yeah,
me expound on what you just said. Now,
hit it.
see, it's to the trained eye. Most people would like Jackie Chan is opera trained. He's not martial trained.
Mm.
So his movements is from the theater. Remember the theater they used to have where they dress in the painted face and they doing the flips and
Right.
that's his training.
Kabuki theater.
The China, there you go. Chinese opera, Chinese theater. Yeah, exactly. So that's why Jet Li is martial trained.
Yeah, Jet
You
Li's monk
see,
trained for sure. Monk
yes,
trained
but
Wudang, all type.
When you look at his movement, it's I don't care what movie it's in, it's always tight.
Sharp like a Gillette.
And whoa, and when you watch, you're like, bro, I would not want to be at the receiving end of what it. So it's just, yeah. Listen, man, I believe the human body is the greatest machine on the planet. There's nothing on the planet that is greater than our body. And like you said, we have to these martial artists. I don't care what discipline you come from. It it it's the it's watching a person tap into themselves and take it to a level that most people can't even. understand. They like that shit ain't real. Yeah,
Hmm?
all right.
Get in
Yeah,
their
all right.
way.
And what I'm you're right. And see, that's why I said I need a Tai Chi trainer because I've been studying different forms of breathing, and that I'm telling, I only picked that up from Tai Chi. And but Tai Chi is like, a form of kung fu because it has many different stances form based off of animals, and so it's yeah, man. I believe
Tai
that's the
Chi,
key.
Tai Chi is a very
No, no,
effective kung fu.
no. Martial arts. Period. Oh yeah, people don't
Very
realize that.
effective. People just look at it as a old
Oh
person's
what?
exercise, but they're not looking at the generations
No,
of tribes of where that system came through. Like the people that study Tai
You
Chi
right.
got
in
you got one.
mainland will mess you up,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because every
Yeah,
Yes,
move,
because if you
every move is a hit and a strike and a drag and a break. Like they will
right.
mess you
mm-hmm.
up.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And they know it well because they practice it so rhythmic, and so when it's time to really go in full speed, it's like second nature.
Right.
So
Yep.
I mean, yeah, this
Oh,
kung fu
but
stuff.
dog, Ghost
I
dog, let
got a
me
lot of movies.
Ghost, let me
Yes,
make a footnote real quick on something. You were talking about the
All right.
breathing.
let's go.
This is why I like Kyokushin as a system or as a discipline because the breathing techniques in Kyokushin are not taught in other karate systems.
Hmm.
They teach the 10-second breath
Yeah, I
practice.
think it's good.
They do the
Hmm.
10-second breath practice of in 1, 2, 3, out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In 1, 2, 3, 4, out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Depending on what move you're doing, it's never 5 and 5 with inhale, exhale. Sometimes there's
Mm.
like if you're gonna block or move to do an attack, you're inhaling hard for 2 seconds and exhaling for those 8 seconds. But those are 8 seconds of power that are coming out of your system.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
When you
Have you ever heard
said
of
that
a
the
crack?
breath,
You know what I'm saying? All I did right now was a straight punch and I hit my shoulder, took a deep breath, and then from there I went back and threw another punch on the exhale. The power on that exhale punch
right,
is coming with so much heaviness, even though my body didn't necessarily move on a microscopic level, it did. And that exhale brought so much power from
right.
the floor coming to my hip, coming to my shoulder, executing that punch that's going to be so heavy. It's almost like if a horse kicked,
Mm.
Yeah.
as opposed to just inhale, exhale,
Yeah,
five and
I
five.
got to
One,
start.
two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right,
No, no.
right.
It's 1, 2,
When you
and
said it,
that 1, 2, when that
eight, the 8 out, yeah.
that 8 out
I never
in the stage.
conceptualized that till you just said it. Wow.
And
Let's see,
it
so
gets deeper than that. Obviously, like if you want to bring it up to 15, you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
yeah,
But
yeah.
still, bro, is this why I'm saying it's about a mastery of oneself. Once you've learned to master to
That's it.
breathe, wow,
That the
there's so much power in your
yo, and
body
you
that
know
you
what's
don't even have to like push so hard. Just execute.
guys, let's think about when we watch like a kung fu movie and a dude might get hit and you see him go back and start doing that. Yo, that's a technique.
Yeah, recovery.
I'm no, but yeah, I'm just learning on it. As far as that goes,
It's
because
mastering breath.
like you said, most systems don't teach that.
Mastering one's breath is almost per se mastering the element of air. This is where the four elements come in, and you're the fifth element because you're manipulating the other four.
Dang.
Oh, brother,
Yeah, this
I
is a
hope you
good.
feel that.
Yeah, we hit.
I hope you feel
I
that
did.
martial energy, brother, because
I
it's what it is.
I did. Yo, listen, when you said that, when you said you the fifth element and you manipulating the other, I promise you, I stretched out both my arms, opened my hands as wide as they could,
Goosebumps.
and I was like, yeah, I felt what you said. I felt
It's
that.
goosebumps. I mean, listen, you don't even have to be a martial artist. So when you catch a fever, your body starts to heat up so it can fight the virus itself. That's manipulation of fire.
Right.
You don't even have to be a martial artist, and your body knows how to do it already. Imagine learning how to use that power for yourself. You harness that fire ability
At
during a
will.
fight, and people don't understand how they got burned. And all you did was smack them, not even punch them. You tiger clawed them, or what they call a jaguar or panther's push, right? You hit them with a panther's push, and they're like, "Yo, how did you
Yeah.
burn me?" Oh, I burned you because I was thinking about it.
Oh
It's
wow.
like,
Yeah.
yo, how did that happen? Why are so many moves,
No,
either in
but
Japanese or in Chinese, named after elements? Thundering chop, thunder going down, fire going up, smoke rising, this, that, waterfall, water
yeah,
chop, this, that. Why are they called that? It's because there's a manipulation of movement going on where your chi, ki, hockey, whatever you want to call it, it's manipulating an element with the manipulation of your spirit energy, and it's attacking with all that force that you don't have to push your body. You just have
y'all
to
better
attack.
y'all better believe what he's saying because I'm gonna equate this to Shogun, right? Now, if it's called Lone Wolf and Cub, right? And
Oh
that's what
yeah, I
Okay.
remember that movie.
was right. Now in the beginning, he's fighting a man, and his master is the man that he's fighting. His master is watching the fight, and he's like, "Don't go into the water." He's talking to in his mind because when when he goes into the water, his technique is almost undefeatable,
Ooh,
and
liquid
he's
swords.
manipulating. He's manipulating the element, and yeah. So now I don't know if you guys do rooting. I do it a lot. Go outside, no shoes, and so now that I'm
Uh,
putting all these
I'm
concepts
a Kyokushin person, bro. I like having
in
my feet
my
on the ground.
head,
I
there
wish
you
I could
go.
do that, but
There you go. So you know what it is.
Philadelphia got too much glass on the street.
Yeah,
You just gotta
you got
go
to
to
be
certain
careful.
places, man, and take your shoes off. Become one with the ground. Get that energy. Soak it up.
Yep.
Go
Yeah,
ahead, bro.
find
Go
you a
ahead, Ghost. My
spot
bad.
and make sure when you go, you just clean it off, Don. It's amazing when you can put your feet and toes in dirt, sand, and all that. It's just
Yeah.
because, like he said, we're the fifth element. We connect everything. Dang, wow. So, but yeah, fellas, that we. I'm glad I'm having this conversation because
Amen.
it's only my guy that I do Wing Chun with that we talk that I can talk and you know, but I don't think there's anything. Boxing is cool, but like
Boxing's good.
God gave us, but I'm saying He gave us legs too, so and
I mean, believe it or
and
not,
elbows
believe
and
it or not,
so
you might not see it, but believe it or not, there is kicking in boxing. You just don't see that foot get off the ground. But boxers kick the
mm,
ground while punching.
oh yeah,
That's how
that's
they
right,
get energy off the
that's right,
ground. You know what I'm saying? Besides,
that's right,
your
that's right.
average um turn turn of the ankle to bring the turn of the hip, to bring the turn of the waist, the turn of the
Yeah.
shoulder, what we call a real haymaker punch, right? Besides those real haymakers, that's
Mhm.
energy off the ground. When boxers punch forward, they're kicking the ground while punching forward. So on the up step of that punch, the punch is landing with the force of the punch and the up jump of the body coming from the ground. That's a one hitter quitter right there. That's why you got to be.
I'm gonna something, P.
Most martial artists that confront boxers need to be careful with that one move. That's all I gotta
See,
say.
that's what
They
I
gotta be
was. See,
careful
that's
with
what I
that
was gonna.
one move.
You, if people ain't listen, yo, Don, listen, your friend is a true master because
Yes,
I'm
brother.
learning. You understand
Yeah.
what he said? He just said some deep stuff right there, and yeah, this conversation is going somewhere. Yes, it's going somewhere.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's what it is, brother. I thank you, man. Honestly, humble. I'm 43 years old. I've
Nah,
been doing
because
martial arts since I was 5. Um, I didn't stop at karate. I did karate. I did taekwondo. I did judo, jujitsu. I'm a second dan black belt in the
right.
Marine Corps. You know, I was
Yeah, Don told me. He told me.
not too long ago. I just got a phone call from the World Karate Masters Federation. They're acknowledging me as a third dan black belt. Under the lineage of Masoyama, so under the lineage of Kyokushin Kai. So I feel very blessed in my journey, man. I really accomplished a lot just from
That's perfect.
smacking, punching, chopping, elbowing, and kicking some ass. Literally.
Right.
Literally.
Congratulations on your accomplishments, and I know you're going to keep going.
Us, brother. I
That's the
shall.
thing. I know you're going to keep going.
I
I
shall.
know
I'm
you are.
43.
And
I'm
and I'm and I'm your senior. Listening to you, I would call you master in the
that's
dojo.
called that's called you being a senior and me being your elder, even though you're my senior. That's
Yeah,
all it is, brother.
because you have
There are
you have the wisdom.
They're younger people than me that are 7 dan black belts. So they're automatically my senior. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to
Yeah,
experience, I would be their elder because I've been on the battlefield and they haven't. All they know is the dojo, which is not a
exactly.
bad thing. It's not a bad thing to only know the dojo because it's not like we punch for fake at the dojo. We punch for real. But
No,
it's not the
exactly.
same animosity when you go to the street and someone's punching you, trying to hurt you, really trying to hurt you. Like
No,
it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? So you need to be able to
it's
have that
totally
training
different. Yeah,
and that mental note and muscle memory for the body to do what it needs to do. Oh, round block this way, trap the hand this way, break the elbow, break the shoulder, shock to the jaw, hit the jaw with the elbow, grab, sweep. That's it. That person ain't fighting no more. They're severely knocked out.
right.
There's no more. There's no fight left. And if they can't get up and fight, that's gonna be weird. It's gonna be a weird day. Because I don't want to
Yeah.
have to pull out the black belt stuff in the
Yeah,
drawer.
then I
That's the real black belt moves. I don't want to use those because I went
right.
easy. I did like a green belt kumite kata, just so that to knock you out and keep you at bay and just keep you shocked. If I have to go to the
Right,
black belt stuff, you might not make it to the
exactly.
hospital. Just saying.
And you
I
know what's
survived
great?
10 years of Marine
No,
Corps, bro.
yo,
It's not patty cake.
no, and I'm gonna tell you. Listen. When I first started, I was in high school. I was in 11th grade, and one of my friends, he used to go to the school, so I went. I joined. Um, I had a senior that when we were in high school, he's in 10th grade. I'm in 11th grade. Physically, I'm bigger than him, but martially, I can't handle him. And I used to tell people, I'm like, all right, listen, you, we're underestimating a lot of individuals because I remember one Friday night, every Friday we would go, we would spar. We would do full contact spar. We had, pads, headgear, shin, the full guard. And I went to high school in Teaneck, New Jersey. Now, the surrounding towns, you have Inglewood, you have Hackensack, Fort Lee. All right, now just to give you an understanding, Jodeci lived up the block when Biggie lived down the street.
Wow.
Eddie Murphy lived in Inglewood Cliffs. So one of the people that would come to the dojo, his name is, y'all could Google him. His name is Eric Dorsey. He used to play for the Giants,
Ah,
Okay.
lineman. So it's full contact sparring. And my buddy, well, me and him same grade 11th, and he's a black belt, right? My buddy, and he's yeah, yeah. His name is, that's my boy. I'm not going, but he's Dominican,
All right.
and but he's tall. He's
Mm.
tall, and obviously, at if you're a black belt in 11th grade, like Pete, you probably been doing it for
for a hot minute.
since at least
Yeah.
a hot minute, did right. So boom, yo, a crescent kick to the side of the head.
I
Eric
used to
Dorsey
love to
is out.
do those when I was in Taekwondo.
So
Crescent
here it
or
is.
hook
You
kick.
have an
The
11th
hook kick
grader.
connect all the time. Those hook kick
You
connects
have an
all the time because you
11th
don't see
grader.
where it's going. With
Yeah,
the regular crescent, just as
no,
a regular roundhouse kick. Those hurt.
yeah, but what I'm saying, his length, because AP was about 11th grade. He's probably about 6'1", right?
Sheesh.
All right.
So
Yeah. Wow.
yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah,
basically
yeah,
hitting you
yeah,
with a
yeah,
whole tree.
yeah,
You're
and
basically
but
getting roundhouse kicked by Groot. I am Groot.
Wow.
Boom.
exactly.
Damn.
So you
Yeesh.
got an 11th grader knocking out a NFL, a professional football player, a lineman. I was
From a
like, yeah,
roundhouse kick. Yes.
this is it. Yeah, this is,
That's
yeah. I'm like, yeah, this is it right here.
that's that sounds
I'm gonna
accurate.
keep, yeah, I'm gonna keep going. Yeah,
Yep.
guys, I
I
used
could
to
knock
have a
out
ninja
football
suit.
players with this system.
Yeah, I used to have a ninja suit, yeah. I
Wow.
used to, y'all think I'm joking. I used to have a ninja suit,
I
the
mean,
My
official with the split toes.
my best friend from
I'm just kung
kindergarten.
fu.
My best friend from kindergarten. We still know each other till this day. We met when we were 5 years old. We had ninja suits just because we always wanted to be ninjas. But we were also told
Yeah,
as kids that there was no such thing as ninjas. You know what I'm saying? Little to our
right,
discovery, there were still ninja mountains out there that there's still people practicing that.
right,
So it was
right
interesting.
now.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, because in
But
modern,
people
like,
that hear this conversation and say, "What are they talking about?"
it's like,
Go ahead,
I
Dave.
okay,
forgot I forgot the
if
name
you
of
were
the
in,
old man with the purple hair, but he's the ninja man right now. He's one of the last living ninjas. And besides his
yeah,
students who are all ninjas,
Mm,
obviously.
of the Iga and the Koga line, and then there was another one too. So it's
yeah.
like I
Fumo,
know
the
I have
Fumo
somebody
clan.
on my Facebook who's actually a black belt in the jitsu too. So
Cool.
Mm.
yeah,
All right, Pete. Do you use any weapons?
All of them.
yeah,
Mm.
All of them. All of them.
trust me.
Honestly,
Wow.
one of my fundamental basics is Kali. So Kali Arnis Eskrima, it's all about the sticks, the
Mm.
sword, the bow, the dagger, the
Right.
axe, whatever a farmer can get his hands on, he was using to stop the invasion. So whatever weapon you got,
Got you.
as long as I can find balance in it, I'll be able to do what I need to do with it. Because there are weapons that we
Nah.
don't know of. Listen, there's a weapon, it's a Chinese weapon, that the stick of the weapon, the hilt,
Mm.
about it's about maybe 15 inches long, but the blade attached to it is huge. So you need to be able to spin your body around to be able to wield that weapon to bring it to bring it up, and then from there slash and keep moving
Right.
with it. Because you can't just stand still. It's not just a two-handed blade; it's a
Right.
whole body blade. Like your whole body needs to
Oh,
move for that blade to
Right.
move.
yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, all right. A question
Like
I
I
have,
learned. Go ahead.
a question I have to ask, dog. When it comes to the butterfly swords, right? And I don't know if it's
Mm-hmm.
Choi Lei
Wow.
Fut,
That's
but I
crazy.
think but I think that when they use the butterfly swords, I know that Wing Chun and I know that Hung Gar, they actually use those weapons.
Mhm.
And Choi Lei Fut, do they use those weapons also?
Well, my Chole Fut is not as extensive. That's like the last one I started learning. And my my partner, the guy that I, you know, was teaching me, he passed away. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
I kind of
May he
just
rest in peace.
been focused.
close,
Yeah, yeah,
close to his memory.
yeah, yeah, definitely. It broke me because like as far as a specimen of a human, it's like that's all he did, y'all. Like that like you know his his mom, she afforded him the ability to just study. So like, dude, like he looked like he was in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like he was, if he would have put on you know what I'm saying, some Chinese pants with the belt and shoes, and you'd have thought you was looking at a movie or something, you know?
Yep.
And he drowned.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know, so it's like this. Yeah, he was a good dude. You know what I'm saying? A
That's
good dude with a heart. Yeah, but
it. It
because of
really
him,
bothers
though,
me.
I still
Artist
move
drowned.
forward.
It really bothers me. Like it pesters my
Yeah,
soul.
but
Like martial artists drowned. With all the training we have in the world, we can't
yeah,
swim and float. It's
that
weird.
no, I don't know what
You said the same
I don't know
thing.
if he cramped. Yeah, that's what ate me up. I'm like, yo, that don't even make sense. I'm like, bro, this man look like he could fly, much less drown. I'm like, nah, this ain't making no sense. So but
I'm gonna
everything
make a
was
martial arts
it
joke,
was
my brother.
I think
Ghost. I'm about to make a martial arts joke.
bad.
No disrespect to that man's memory at all. Just a reference to
No,
how
we good.
just a reference to how trivial martial arts could be. Maybe that day he was practicing Iron Jacket. Just martial arts joke between us. He was probably practicing Iron Jacket that day, and he sank.
That's for real. People
You know
don't
what I'm saying?
understand 1,000 caddy pence. They don't understand that.
Even though Iron Jacket has nothing to do with iron or a jacket
No,
or a
it
vest of
doesn't.
any kind.
It's no.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
Hopefully they're googling it right now, and then they're gonna be like, "Yo, that's crazy." Well, go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt the moment.
No, we just, like I said though, my introduction was Taekwondo, and now I focus mainly on trying to always be efficient with the moves that I have learned right? Because it becomes memory. Like for instance, you 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 understand many styles. You understand many concepts of martial, the martial system. So you you have the ability to adapt in motion. Is how I see it. Adapt it. So a person may think, but you already know. So that's that's the level I'm trying to get to. I don't want to say. I just want to master myself at this point. But I think that's where most people kind of. It's. I just remember when get what is it? Game of Death, and
Oh
when Bruce
yeah.
Lee meets Don Inosanto, and Bruce just explains to him that my switch, it's broken rhythm. There's really no way to, time broken rhythm. Whereas you're gonna come at me with a set form. You may be as good as you want to be in the form, but it's a form that you're going to stick to.
Mm.
So if I go off of this, if I break the rhythm of what you expect, you may have a problem. And the flexibility of broken rhythm sometimes allows you to overcome what's you may be presented with, So, or you may get to let's a draw where both individuals understand that okay, we don't need to go any further because you know what I'm saying. It's
One
like when
thing
you watch The Matrix
one thing is having a
and
martial
dude says
mind.
you never know a person until you fight them.
One thing is having a martial mind, and another thing is having martial understanding. That's why they said you
Mm.
never know, you never understand the man completely until you fight him, because then you understand what his
Ah,
focus is, his strong points, and what his weakness is.
Mm.
I
This is
dig it.
why the fighter,
I
the
totally
fighter that
understand it.
the fighter that's standing the most calmest in the battle, it's not because he's weak or because he's scared. It's because he is calm, focused, and serene. He's waiting for the attack to come to
Mm,
him so that he could defang the snake and the battle's over.
exactly.
Wow.
That's it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not doing a lot of running around. For those that may or may not know martial arts, karate or whatever, when y'all see labels, logos, drawings, patterns, anything that has to do with martial arts, you'll notice that one of the oldest symbols is the tiger with the circle around it. That's Shotokan.
Mm,
The circle in Shotokan represents the tiger standing in his circle, waiting for the opponent to pass that circle line to be devoured.
Mm.
A martial artist does not exceed the limits of his circle because that could bring weakness upon your stance or upon your stability or your defense. You wait in the comfortability of your circle where your common flow is, and you let the person try to disrupt your flow. As soon as they come in, boom,
yeah,
devastation because you were ready for it, but they were
that's right.
not ready for it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm.
See, what you said was never come out of the circle. I forgot how you worded it, but basically what you're saying is any and everything can be done as long as I remain within
The comfortability of your
the
circle.
circle.
You don't have to move out of it.
There you go. That's
If
what it
they
is. The comfortable.
if they can't
Nope.
if they can't get into your circle simply enough, they cannot hurt you. This is why martial artists will stand
That's
there,
right.
be ridiculed, be cursed at, and they'll take it like nothing. You're not entering my circle. You're not affecting me in any way. Talk all you want. You this, you that, blah, 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 blah. Sounds great. You see this line right here? Yeah. If you pass that line, we're talking two different businesses. Because ain't no more talking after that. Oh, you ain't about that life? They passed the
Right.
line. They couldn't even finish the sentence. You ain't about that life. Boom. To the ground. Knockout. What happened? They were busy focused on intimidation, and they stepped into the line that you know that past that line, your fist is going to hit. They pass your personal line.
Yep. Or the leg.
It don't matter what's going to happen. You might get kicked in the kneecap. Say goodbye to your leg. You might get punched in your floating ribs. Say goodbye to a few of your ribs. You might get punched in your liver. Say goodbye to, having a normal life after that. Because liver shots are very, very, very crucial. Very harmful. This is why fighting is not necessarily what a martial artist does. Fighting is not what we're about. We're about self-defense. We're about protecting each other, protecting the community. I don't want to use my hands, but if I have to, I came with empty hands. Karate do. That's it.
Yep.
This is the Bushido way.
That's
We're not
right.
at war anymore. We're not at civil war. We're not in the Edo era. We're not in the Fuma era. Like, we're not in a war anymore where we have to, have our hands up and ready wherever we go. We're in constant focus. You know what I'm saying? You're practicing Mawashi Yuki while you're walking down the street. No, you don't have to do that anymore. You know what I'm saying? We live in an era where, there's a whole police department out there that their job is to protect the people, even though they only use their martial arts to hurt people that have nothing to do with nothing.
Right.
But the martial arts that I've learned in life, it's not to fight per se people in the street. It's to fight other martial artists. So I'm not even playing with no one. This is not a fight that a cop is going to win against me, because I know the martial arts that defeats your martial art. You were only taught to an extent. I mastered myself to an extra extent, not because I want to be unbeatable. I just want to be unbreakable.
Right.
That's it. Just want to be unbreakable. I could take a hit. Go ahead, knock yourself out. Go ahead. I could take a hit, but that's part of my training. That's part of my conditioning. You can hit me, but you're not going to break me. So if you can't break me, you're not going to beat me. Can't break me.
Yeah. No.
So that's it.
It's funny.
That's it.
Because in high school, like from middle school to graduation, I only played contact sports. That was it. I football, lacrosse, wrestling, soccer.
Whew.
That was all I played. Nothing else. So I'm not afraid of if we talking about that's why it's like you said, it's when you're young, you're like a raging bull. Almost like, how good am I really? Like, can I, because like I said, you grow up, you see things you like. I used to, every Saturday in New York, Kung Fu theater on the Saturday. I'm watching dudes flying out of trees. And, I'm running, and I live by Jamaica I live by Jamaica Avenue, Don. So I would go in the bus terminal, the infamous bus terminal with the Coliseum. I live right down the block from that. So that's where I went and got my ninja suit, my Chinese slippers, my ninja stars. Yeah, I used to get everything from these people, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even as a kid, I didn't know any techniques. I just would watch on TV and try stuff, and so when I was afforded the chance, I jumped all in. I jumped all, like even
Was-
now I think about, like I said, I want a Tai Chi instructor
Yeah.
because I feel Tai Chi would just, you know, smooth me out a little bit.
I hear you. Well, as you know, it's the 15 minutes of fame. So as a, as my pet, she always wants to come get her 15 minutes of fame here.
We're now presenting 15 minutes of fame with Tuxedo Cat.
Little cat. Yep. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. I'll
That's
put
the
you on
name,
now.
Tuxedo.
Nah, her
What's the
name is
name,
Romy,
dog?
but we Romy, but we
Romy?
call her
Okay.
tuxedo cat. Yeah, we call her tuxedo cat because that's her species.
Okay.
And then
Oh, that's
sometimes on
what's up.
here we have tuxedo dog, our token husky, right, Pete?
Yeah, that's my husky. I put the husky on, and that's Tuxedo Dog.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, don't knock.
I like
Open.
dogs too. I got two
Wake
cats,
me
two
up.
dogs.
Well, brother, I have
So
I have a husky, a Shih Tzu, a black cat, a gray brindle tiger cat, two guinea pigs, three turtles, six kids, one on the way, and yeah, I got a zoo at the house.
Yeah. And
I got a zoo at the
yeah.
house.
and he has like most of the pets are females except the turtle, which is one male.
There's only one turtle that's a boy. All the other animals
Yep.
are girls.
Yep.
Yeah, it's I got it's three girls and one boy. My dogs are girls and one of the cats is a boy. I
We
got
had
an
a boy
Yeah.
cat
11-year-old.
named Gato, but Gato was already he was old and sickly. He was a rescue, and I guess we were giving him high protein food his stomach wasn't used to, and then one day his stomach just couldn't take the recipe, and he
Got
stretched.
you.
That's it. That
Yeah.
was that was the only other boy animal in the house besides the turtle. So yeah,
Yeah.
and of course the main dog of the house, me, Woof,
The
or the lion you
the
see in that
alpha of
picture.
the crib.
That lion you see in the picture right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
real.
One of the main reasons why I actually if, why I actually wanted dog to come here because I knew that like in one of his instances that he knew something about the martial arts. You know what was the dead giveaway ghost?
What? What?
All right. It was like
What
okay,
gave it away?
when I first was going to AD's channel, right? And you were actually
Okay.
on live, and this is when what to me I don't know what error it is, but I'll just call it the Justin era. That's when I started getting to know people and such. Medicated Wookie, Angel Crispin, everybody, etc. Right? So it's the Justin era, and Justin,
Mm.
he's from Brooklyn. I was like, okay, like what's up? So one day you showed up on AD's chat, right? And it was like you had like your background stuff. You had your toys, the stuff that you was doing. But one day I actually saw
Yeah.
size and everything like that. I was like, maybe he knows the martial arts. And I was trying to get Crisis black too. So I was like, okay. I was like, let me see if I could get dog right there and and let's just have the martial arts safe discussion that a lot of these content creators have. So, and now we're
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I'm never putting it down. I can't. I read on it. I do all of that. I got
Exactly.
books and like diagrams and pictures. I'm stuck. So. Right?
Yep.
Listen, I plan to. I like I said, we didn't think they were ninjas, right? So I already know that I'm gonna be doing different. You know what I'm saying? Qi, because you got qigong. So it's like a lot of different things that martial arts provide us that people just need to take a little look at, and
Hmm.
understand that these are systems that have been
For thousands of
they've
years.
been here for thousands of years, to the point where they're refined in books and online, and there's something to it. If it wasn't what it couldn't last this long, y'all. Look into it. You dig what I'm saying? You might get some benefits because I know I do. Like I'm I'm still young. Like I,
Amen, brother.
I'm I'll be
Amen.
50.
Amen.
Yeah, I'll be 50. What? I'll be 51 or something this year, and I don't take any medication. Yeah, I take no pills. I go to work
Wow.
every day. Sometimes
I
I
got
get
three
up
words.
4:35 in the morning. I'm at work at 7.
I got three
Yeah,
words for that.
so
One is hallelujah.
God is
May the
good.
Lord, may the Lord be praised.
Hallelujah.
Two,
Thank you.
two, I
That's
was
right.
born in 82. I'm 43 years old. I don't take no medicine either. My only medicine is 420. I have
That's right.
PTSD from the military, so I need to smoke.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
That's
other
right.
than that,
That's
I don't
right.
drink.
And
I
but
don't drink. I don't consume any kind of raw fish. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat
mm,
Yeah. Hey,
insects of
Evelyn.
the sea. I don't eat any kind of insects from the sea. You know what I'm saying? And
right,
let me tell you, if it wasn't because I slipped to this last year, I'm 41, I'm 43, and I move like I'm 27, bro. Like
Yeah.
I don't have a gray hair
that's
yet.
right.
I'm slightly bald. Don't get me
That's right.
wrong, but I don't have a gray hair yet.
That's not wrong.
All my friends
Yeah.
my age are full of gray hair, talking about, yo, you don't got no gray hair. I'm like, you want me to be bald and have gray hair? What's wrong with you?
Dag. I mean, me personally, I've been. It's like I'm gray because
But
of
you have
family
hair,
trait.
bro. You have luscious hair, bro. Like, stop playing. You got a
Yeah, that's
hairline.
all.
my cousin,
I
my
don't got a
cousin lost
hairline.
his
I got the earth, wind, and fire. I got a hair curve. I don't got a
Yeah.
my
hairline. I got a hair curve.
my cousin lost his hair in his 20s. Matter of fact, now let me
Yeah.
take that back. When we were young, I don't know if they say Jada Pinkett has it, alopecia.
Yeah.
I grew up,
Alopecia.
one of my cousins had alopecia. Yeah, that's where they lose all their hair.
Yep.
They lose all their hair. So
I
even
had
at a
Yeah.
young age,
I
I
knew. I
would
knew
cut
it.
my hair so that, yeah, but I would cut my hair off so people just don't, if they teasing, I gotta tease me too. Like
it
he's
don't
because he
bother
was
me
the
at all.
youngest of us, and I could probably nah, but with kids though, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm 13, he might have been 9.
Right.
So
Oh yeah,
it's like,
yeah. Oh, that's different.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. That's something.
kids, right, right. So,
My only form of
just to say
rebellion.
this, you ain't got no grades and you got a little receding, you good, man. You
Yeah, I
good.
know. It's like with me, right? Like my only form of rebellion, and anybody could tell you this, is like like how when people are like in their teenage years, they get a tattoo or something like that to be rebellious.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that was not my case. So my
Right.
mother, right? Because my mother and my dad, they had me in their 40s, right? So they had like the old way that a guy is supposed to look like. So when braids started actually being like a thing, like in the early 2000s and such, it was like, okay, I want to get
Mm,
them because I think I would look good in braids. Here comes my mother, and she
right.
was like, "Oh, only these certain types of men wear braids." like a good boy is supposed to cut his hair. I'm like, really? I used to have like, you know, maybe days that I had to hide my hairline until my mother one day discovered that I had braids. She went up, she's like, "Oh, you wearing braids?" I'm like, "Mom, it is not that serious. I don't have a tattoo. I just got braids." Little bit, my parents, they started to accept it because I guess I was the first one in my line, I guess on my mother's side to have braids because everybody cut their hair short on my mother's side,
Right.
and they still do. And then on my dad's side, I was the first one in the United States to I was the first one in the United States in my family to get braids. And yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, they probably
Rebellious child,
was like,
you.
"What are you doing?"
You rebellious child, you.
Right?
Let's see. In 5th grade, I went to PS 158 on 70th Street and York Avenue, and we were in 5th grade, me and my boys, and we used to fight every day during lunch with the junior high school kids from Wagner. So
Wow.
while some people were, having a good time and playing Nintendo and Sega and Super Nintendo, we was outside of our school rumbling it up with the bigger kids because we just wasn't scared of nothing until they came up to us 60 deep
Right.
and we had to run inside the school for our dear life. Yeah.
Wow.
Moments like that in history will either toughen your skin or make you a wimp. You decide. Is your chain going to get thicker or is your chain going to break?
Pretty much.
Sure.
So pretty much my whole life, I know what it is to be jumped, which is why I had never scared of a one-on-one. The heck is a one-on-one? Haha. Sure. Haha. I could take way more punches than a one-on-one. That's why I'm gonna let you hit me as many times as you want. I'm gonna let you waste your energy. I'm gonna come with 2 fingers only. I'm gonna put 2 fingers on your neck. You're gonna be like, what the? Bye, good night.
Yeah.
Listen, one time I came back to my project building where I used to live at on 92nd Street as a kid, and I got jumped by 14 dudes that I grew up with, that I knew. Did you think at any given second that I was scared? I couldn't be scared because I knew all these people individually, and I knew that one-on-one they couldn't stand a chance. So you know what I did? I did like the Shotokan Tiger. I stood my circle, I let them approach the circle, and then I destroyed them in my circle.
Wow.
And there was no video cameras like that back then, but I wish that would have got recorded.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
All right.
my
mom.
The last time.
Go ahead, bro.
The last time I got jumped, I got stabbed. But before I got stabbed and everything like that, I knocked me out a dude. So that's my story. That's what I'm sticking with.
Bro, my mom goes to the dojo with me and tells my teacher about what happened. And he didn't do what my mom thought he was gonna do. She thought he was gonna put me on punishment. This man promoted me from my green belt to my brown belt.
Wow.
In front of everybody on that day. It wasn't even promotion day. Like, when I'm telling you, they knew me at my dojo, it's because rules were broken for me. You know what I'm saying? I was a green belt, not advanced green. From advanced green, you advance to brown, or green with brown tips, 2 brown tips, right? I was a plain, regular green belt. And because my mom came to rat on me for getting jumped by 14 people, my Shion in front of everybody say, yo, he cut the class short. Yummy! Told everyone to stop. He said, Pete, to the middle. I already know what that means. That means either I'm sparring or I'm getting promoted. So I'm getting ready to fight. I'm like, uh-oh, he about to put me to fight with the whole green belt class or whatever. I don't care. Let's go. Because Kyokushin is like that. We're about sparring. We're about that.
Right.
All right. So I'm like, I'm over
Yeah.
here doing my jump, and he knows the jump. He said, no, calm down. No, you're not fighting. I'm like, oh, okay. What's going on? He goes, on your knees. I go, okay, this is weird. And he comes out with the brown belt. I'm like,
All right.
yes, yes, yes. What? I just advanced 2 belts in one shot.
Yeah, because here's the thing: a true master is going to understand that. Okay, we have him. You're supposed to be at this skill level. Apparently, what you did shows me that you deserve what I'm about to give you. It's
Word,
not that's exactly what it was. That I mean, because like you said, your mom came to rat you out. So
word.
whatever she told him, because I'm quite sure he may have asked you after your mother spoke to him.
Of course.
Like, right, you wasn't there like, no, ma, I didn't do that. She spoke to
He
him,
wanted
and
the juicy
so
details after he promoted me. He wanted to know. He wanted to know
exactly,
exactly. Yo, hold on, bro. He wanted to know exactly every move I did, and he wanted me to say it in the Japanese name. He
no,
told me that if I
listen,
couldn't do that,
that's
that
what
he
I
was going to demote me.
that's what I would expect.
Wow.
That no, you're not. That's see when I said I wanted that experience. That's that experience right there. Like you know,
Bro,
my student went out. I
how you
put
gonna
him
hit me with the roller
in.
coaster? You're gonna excite me and then scare me? I promoted you to brown belt, but I want every juicy detail. I want to know exactly what you hit him with, when you did it, what after what, and I want you to say it in the Japanese name. I'm like, oh Lord, this is a crucible, mental crucible now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
See what
yeah,
it is? He knows you know it. He
yeah,
knows you know your stuff, but he wants to make sure you know your stuff. That's it.
Mhm.
And
yo,
and I'm quite sure when you proved that to him, he was willing to give you more
well, I
because he
did.
understood the appetite you have for.
I definitely performed the technique Shiai, which is called um, basically a freestyle kata form, technique Shiai. And I did the technique
Right.
Shiai, and I showed him everything that I did, but I didn't say the names of everything. I was just too focused on doing it, like if it was a kata. And
Right.
he's like, what do you call that? I said, I call that learning under you. I call that learning under you. All he could do was smile.
That's right.
So he didn't
That's
demote me.
right.
But I know in my heart that I should have got demoted because I didn't know the names of everything that I did in its Japanese original format. I didn't. But he didn't demote me for the simple fact that when he said, "What do you call that?" I said, "I call that training under you, sir. I ain't got no special name for that. I call that sweat, blood, and tears here every day with you." Word.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Which
got
is
jumped in
why,
ninth grade, y'all.
by the ripe age of
Yeah.
13,
Trust me.
I got
Trust
promoted
me.
to black.
Always. So.
Yeah.
But some girls broke it up. So I knew they was soft.
Mm.
3 guys
Oh,
jumped me and some girls broke it up. I ain't had no scratches, no none of that. I'm like, yo, y'all.
Mm.
In my mind, I'm
3
like,
guys
all right, y'all
girls
soft
broke
though.
them off. That's wild.
Yeah, yeah. Oh God, I was like, man. And
That's wild.
it never happened again after that though. Trust me
They,
on that.
they took you by surprise completely, or they jumped you in front of you.
Nah, what happened was like, dude pretended like he was cool with me and was talking to me. Like,
Copy.
because I was new to the area. I was new to the area. And as we was walking, like we went down like the street and then like right as we turned, there was some bushes right there. Right as we turned, there was 2 guys there and it was on after that. You know what I'm saying? And some girls broke it up. But in my mind, I'm like, come on, man, I ain't even bleeding, man. Like, damn, like, what did y'all really do? Like, just dirty up my clothes.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I was, a, yeah, I was. I had to learn how to protect myself, defend myself. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. I mean, in those days in the BX, either you walked with a knife or a pew pew, and then some of the times
yeah,
like the last time I got like I guess I was punching people so hard they had to poke me up. So because I was fighting it was a 6-on-1. I was punching people straight in their face. They had to bring out the knives. What do you call that? That's called cowardice.
yes, that's total cowardice, dog.
For
Six
real.
guys for one. That's cowardice, bro. That's cowardice, bro.
And then the guy that I had the one-on-one with before that led up to it that I knocked out. Years later, me and him we was about to face off again. So he was drunk and he thinking that he was gonna relive his glory days, right?
Hmm.
And where I
Mm,
lived at in the Bronx, if anybody's familiar with Brooklyn Boulevard and that bridge, and then there's that underpass, yeah.
Oh, boy.
So
okay.
so this guy was walking on the underpass when I was seeing my lady at the time. When I saw him, yeah, cursing and everything like that, I went up and I stood my ground. I was like, okay, let's do this again. I just got my fist I just got my fist up. I'm like, yo, let's do this. The next thing you know, that
Right.
dude went up and ran back, right? And he went up and he was getting like 6 dudes and stuff. I was like, oh, so since you're gonna do that again, you know, I, I guess I didn't have the mental. I was like, yo, let me. I was asking people that I knew that had a blower. I was like, yo, let me just get a blower because if you want to go around and have 6 dudes and you want to have live your glory days, I'm gonna get mine joint. But one thing I could actually
Right.
say is this: months later, after that quote unquote confrontation, whatever, I found out that that dude got poked up after he was disrespecting his lady. So
That's
God
wild.
works.
Mm,
That's wild.
Yeah, you got poked up 6 times, and I got poked up 8. So go figure.
That's crazy. And that's undercover treason with what motive though? Like that was treason without motive. That's really crazy.
Yeah, it was mostly jealousy because let's put it like this: I was dressed in fly. I didn't have a car or anything like that, but people just hate a dude right there, and they're thinking, "Oh, this guy's sweet and stuff." Until I punched you in the face right in front of
right.
your homies. So what does that
Yeah,
what
you
does
was
that
like
tell
me,
you?
Don. I never had no
So
brothers or sisters, so wherever I went, if I had to defend myself for myself. And, you know,
yeah,
I was I can't help it that my parents and my family, provided me things that most people didn't really have all the time. So yeah, like Don
exactly.
said, I'm gonna punch you right in your mouth. These clothes don't make these. I'm going to punch you in your mouth, not my
Pretty
clothes.
much.
Don't get confused.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
grew
I'm
up.
still a. uh,
I grew up no brothers and
I was
sisters
in
either.
Queens, guys.
I
Yeah,
grew up no
you like
brothers and
me, then
sisters
you know.
until I was like 12. When I was 12, my
Mm,
mother decided to have, my first sister, and then she had another
right,
daughter. So I have 2 sisters on my mother's
right,
side, and I have 2 brothers on my
right,
father's side. But they live in
right.
DR, and I was living in America.
Mm,
So the
right,
only brother I ever had that I could call a brother, that's still my brother to this day, is my homeboy that I've known since we were 5 years old. Like he's
right.
been my martial arts
My
brother,
brother.
street gang brother, military brother. We done shed blood in
Oh,
so
that's
many
your
different
brother, man.
scenarios.
That's your
It's not
brother.
funny.
Like I
We were
tell
the
people.
We were the first anti-bully gang of Eleanor Roosevelt in first, second, and third grade. That should tell you something.
That's what's up.
You know, we didn't want to hear nothing
to.
about no bullying in our school. Oh, this person took this person's lunch money. We wasn't coming to ask questions. We was knocking you out and going in your pocket and giving their people their respective money back. We was not playing.
Yeah, I wasn't with the bully thing. I'm not. Don't bully nobody.
Didn't like that at all. You know, like I said, bro, I've been jumped my whole life, so I know what it is to be bullied. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, to not give a damn, because it's like you could bully me however you want. You still can't beat my ass. So there's a reason why you're getting more people to fight me, because you can't fight me by yourself.
Pretty much.
I'm just saying. You know, there are times, don't get me wrong, because if I say this in a certain way, I might sound like a hypocrite. But the truth be told, there are been times that I've been in a fight that I've had to run back and get my team or get the community or get someone just because I know that I'm about to get into a fight that's not going to be a fair fight and I don't want to get stabbed.
Right.
So here I am getting a few of my people like, yo, just make sure no one jumps into this circle, and I'll get my fight on. Everybody talks about the 2D, the 2 minutes, but honestly, bro, you're not fighting 2 minutes with a martial artist. We're gonna end you in 15 seconds.
For real.
There's no 2-minute fighting. This isn't boxing. Who the hell said this was boxing?
That's what right. And
we go box for 2
most
minutes.
People don't understand.
I am about to Uraken Soluchi you right on top of your nose that you're gonna be bleeding from your nose till next Sunday.
Right. You're not gonna want to fight no more.
Yo, and this is why I got jumped my whole life. Like, oh Lord. Here comes that fat kid again. Here comes the fat kid y'all can't beat. And y'all mad because y'all in better shape than me and I kick all y'all asses. So, my bad. Kung Fu Panda in the house. In my case, they used to call me Karate Panda. This is way before Kung Fu Panda came out. Kung Fu Panda has a more, it sounds more, more smooth on the tongue to say, but Karate Panda is what they used to call me. Or in my dojo, they used to call me the Flying Meatball. Yeah. They used to call me the Flying Meatball. Call you
Karate Panda.
But guess what? Flying Meatball was that guy that was a brown belt, or was it when I was green? That a judge came to my dojo, didn't do the proper salute at the door, talking about that he wants to challenge my teacher. And everybody was quiet. I got up from the circle and I said, boy, you got to go through me. If you don't come through that door without saying Ushion, Senpai, what's wrong with you? Yo, my teacher only looked at me like, oh boy, what is this kid gonna do? I'm like, yo, come to the middle, bro. Come to the middle, bro. Take your shoes off. You wildin'. You want to see my teacher? You got to see me first. I mean, I think that was one of the other reasons why I earned my brown belt. But yeah, I was just a regular green belt. You want to see my teacher? I got mad. I got my spiritual soul, my martial eye was irritated. I got so upset. You came through the door without saying Ushion Senpai? Oh, I was tight. You came through that door without showing respect to my teachers? Oh, it's on. Like Donkey Kong. It's on.
Even as students, like we couldn't go in we had to go to our lockers first and take off all our stuff.
That squabble was coming, boy. You came through my door. If you weren't a martial artist, I understand. But if you're coming through my door with a gi on, talking about that you ready to fight somebody, and you didn't say Ushion Senpai at the door, your first squabble was with me, the Flying Meatball.
Wow.
The first squabble was with me. I was coming for you. The first squabble was with me. I don't care what punishment my teacher would have gave me. Oh, roll out for the next 30 minutes. I don't care. You're going to mop the dojo 5 times before going home. I don't care. If you came through that door without showing respect to my teachers, oh my God. Oh my God, I was coming for you. Bad. Oh my God. I became a giant at that moment. I became the guardian of the dojo. I felt like the
Wow.
spirit of Masoyama embodied me, and I was bodying people.
That.
I was hitting them with that God hand. Like, you ain't gonna come in here, chop to the chest, chop to the neck, knockout. My teacher would have to man me all the time. Man, Pete, that's it. I'm like, nah, man, he can't do it without saying Ushion. You wildin'.
Wow.
And then you got all the brown belts holding me back. I'm like, nah, he's wildin'. I'm gonna keep hitting him. He'll come through my door, and you're not gonna say Ushion Usenpai? Oh, it was on, boy. Woo! I'm flaring right now. It was on.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I tell people this because I got a spiritual background, and some of us come from the same tribes.
Right.
Our spirits come from the same tribes. So
Right.
it's just that we spread out, and this internet thing here gives us opportunities to connect with one another. So, shout out to the martial artists. Shout out to all the dog people, because that's as well as martial arts. Dogs have always been a part of my life, my existence. So you know what I'm saying. I incorporate.
Dogs are one of the 5 animals that know how to make their way home, no matter how far you take them away from home.
Yep.
See? And that's true. That's a true statement.
Yep. This is why they have sheep.
I had a dog. I thought I lost it. Yeah, I thought I lost it.
My bad. I was going to give a quick story metaphor. This is why they have sheep dogs, because sheep can lose their way over nothing. They can lose their way over grass. But the dogs will keep them in the track and will lead them back home, no matter how far they went off.
Yep.
So, yeah, dogs are pastors. Dogs are warriors. Dogs are finders. Dogs are survivors. It's the perfect weapon, perfect animal.
Yep.
What is a lion to me? To me, a lion is the combination of a dog and a cat. Because a lion is not like a tiger. A tiger is definitely like a cat. But a lion doesn't seem like a cat.
All right. Now, I'm going to go around and pose this question, right? And this has been a question that's been blasted over the internet for these past few days, right? So, the question I'm going to ask is the metaphorical question. 100 men versus one silverback gorilla. Do you think these
100 regular men?
Yeah, regular men.
100 karate do men, like empty hand, or 100 men with some type of training? Because 100 regular men are not going to cut it for a silverback gorilla.
Interesting.
He'll get tired by the time he knocks out the 80th one.
Wow.
And that's regular people. If it's 100 black belts, 100 black belts is a different ball game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna be hitting the gorilla in different parts of the body, shocking. And someone's gonna be in charge of getting that neck to be able to put that sleeper in while everybody else is still striking.
Right.
Well, the gorilla might knock out 20 or 30, but those other 70 are going to synchronize and subdue that gorilla down.
Yep.
Here's the thing.
100 Marines
like
versus
exactly what he's saying.
If you say 100 Marines versus a silverback, I'm telling you that he's going to knock out maybe 5 or 10 of us. The rest of us 90 are going to kick its ass.
Wow.
I believe that.
We're not playing.
Tell them about Leatherneck Square.
Man.
You know about Leatherneck Square?
There's a reason why they call us Leathernecks. So, devil dogs and all that good stuff. So, yeah.
That's what's
Word,
up.
man.
Thank you for
See,
your
so
service, man.
thank you, brother.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to have learned what I
You ain't got to
learned.
talk about it.
It's
Yeah.
not
Quite sure
easy,
you,
but
you know. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean,
It's,
just the other
yeah.
day, I actually like one of the first martial arts masters that we interviewed. He was in the army as well. So therefore, when he was in the army as well, and we were talking about the martial arts, and since he's like a fifth dan in Taekwondo, he was. We were just talking
Right.
about a lot of subjects. I mean, he's actually now in Nepal, spreading the gospel out there. But with that, it was like this guy was like my supervisor. And then when I started seeing like on his Facebook that he was a Taekwondo teacher and everything, and I've always had the idea just to connect with martial artists and such like that. So I was like, yo, take. I'm like, I have like a martial arts show, just humble and stuff. So him and Pete, they were
Right.
talking. Well, like they both were in the service. Well, different branches, but they were still in the service. And it was a good interview, and it was a good, respectful interview. I could actually say that
just like tonight, bro, nothing but vibes.
exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
Hmm.
My wife is here. She is also a green belt in karate. What? Hi. Hi, I'm thirsty. Okay, water right here with ice. She's also
But
4 months
gentlemen,
pregnant.
I have to cut this short. Yo, we got to do this again.
Oh
Pete,
yeah,
it was
well,
definitely my
Every
we
pleasure.
went.
Wednesday we here.
Yep.
Don, definitely, you already know. Thank you once again for having me,
Yep.
gentlemen. Have a wonderful night. Chat,
You
thanks
too.
for, being here.
All right, brother. Have a good
Thank
night.
you.
Safety. Us.
With us.
Yeah,
So,
man.
so since your wife is a green belt, she's under the Sado or Kyokushin as well, or it's a different style.
I'm not sure because it was when she was younger, but it was probably Goju Ryu because that's the karate that was around the Bronx around that time around Yankee Stadium. I don't even think they're there anymore,
All
but
right.
yeah, a long time ago around the Yankee Stadium there used to be the old Yankee Stadium, the one that was across the street. I'm saying there used to be
Hmm.
thank you for your thank you, man. It was an honor. Um yeah, there was a
Thank you.
Goju Ryu dojo around the area. It's not there anymore.
Yeah.
But I will be promoting her in my style, because obviously she practices with me whenever we can. But right now she's pregnant, so we're not really doing too much. But trust me, time's gonna come when we're just gonna be dojo
Right.
bound.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm thinking, right? If your wife is a green belt in Goju Ryu, right? And you said that there's a Goju Ryu in near where you live at, right?
Yes.
So technically, I mean, depend. I guess after the pregnancy is done and all the other stuff, that they could actually they like. I guess they'll try to see what syllabus it is, depending on the Goju Ryu um, master, and she could
Yeah.
actually still continue within that system.
She could, but since it's not the only thing I do at the house,
All right, got
why
you.
stop there?
True.
Yeah, man. Oh man, this martial arts journey is just it is what it is, bro. You know, it's a beautiful thing to bump into other people that have also gone through their journey and be able to explain things to them that they probably didn't foresee at one point. But you know,
Right.
knowledge is key. Wisdom is power, and every little bit of information that you get when it comes to martial arts, it opens up that martial eye. You know, things start to connect better. Like, oh, I knew that that's what I was doing, but I didn't understand what I was doing. Like, thanks for explaining that. So that's how that works. You know, this is why I tell people the more you interact with us, the more we'll interact with you, and you will learn something. And I will learn something too, because it's a never ending circle. We need each other. You know what I'm saying? We are a 360 of what is life on Earth.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm gonna I'm gonna walk little Missy to the train station. I will be back
All
on a
right.
brief intermission.
All right. Yeah. I'm just gonna do a little bit of something. I'll be back also. So do what you got to do, Sensei P.
All right, all right. I'll be right back, guys. Us.
Us. Yeah, shout out to Cecilia Bebé. Yo, shout out to Umore. Yeah, so on Friday it's gonna be a very, very special edition because one of the founders of the movement, or one of the how should I say, progenitors of the movement in San Pedro, he passed away. It was on Monday that we had gotten the news. So, Historias Urbanas, we're actually gonna go and make this special presentation in the memory of Big Daddy U.
Puss.
Yeah. Puss.
I didn't know. I guess one of the kids closed the laptop while I stepped out. They closed the laptop, but anywho, I got into 2 martial art conversations on my way back here. I'm like, wow, this martial arts thing really is. I'm like, yo, this is crazy right now.
Yo, if anything, like next week we could do that. You know, on Friday, right? I'm gonna actually dedicate Historias Urbanas.
I already know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go tell you a story on how he was kind of a mentor to me, and he actually helped me switch my flow up.
Copy.
When we first met, it was my mom and it was an older lady by the name of Eridania. May she rest in peace. So Eridania was my mom's friend from, I guess, back when up, right? So my mother always knew that I liked rap, even though she never approved of it. So one day, she was like, "Oh, Eridania got a music. Lo and behold, it was Jose, Big Daddy U.
Right. Now,
prior to that, I didn't know nothing about the San Pedro scene, nor I was educated about it. So the same day in meeting Jose, I spent something that I actually wrote in a book. Unto his, what's the compadre that was a beat maker? I forgot what his name was. But he said that was his compadre. That same day, we went to drink in the back of the DJ and everything like that. And I could tell you, it was like, you know, we all did all that in the day. I was like, yo, this guy has to do something. So we always had our friendship. We were supposed to meet. We didn't, but we always talked. So I remember when he actually signed to Epidemic Music. You know, it was the company that was owned by at the time Fat Joe's beat makers, Cool and Dre.
Okay.
So I remember you was very excited about it. At that time, I was living in Jersey. And I actually told the guy that, you know, that you had maybe a little leeway. I was like, yo, check this out. At first, I gave him the CD. But then when he actually listened to the CD, he was like, yo, I'm sorry I was on the other day, but you guys nice. I was like, no. But then it was like, you know, my mother, she went in 2008 and everything like that. Then I started seeing that he's actually gearing towards and helping his son be the best that he could be in the help military.
Manito, cut the B. I could barely hear you.
Oh, my bad. What I was trying to say is that
there you go.
He was you know, helping his son to be the best that he could be in the MLB. Shout out to Dennis Santana.
Yeah, I remember when his son got signed by the Dodgers.
Yep. I remember before that too. You just see him playing and everything like that. I was like, yo, you really made it. I'm actually proud of Dennis. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it just feels like back in the day. I just seen him. He was just running around like a little kid and everything like that. I didn't get to see his second son, but my mom was telling me that the second son was, you know, cheerful and everything like that. Shout out to Jamal Santana also. Yeah. And in those days, he introduced me to his moms. He showed me his pops, and he was telling me the story about his mom's was a teacher and everything like that. Back in 2005, when I heard that both of them passed, I was like, dang. And I remember meeting his brother too. So those are good memories that I had in San Pedro with Jose. And I'm gonna
Was
miss him.
definitely one of my mentors. You know what I'm saying? When it came to understanding hip hop, because one
Yeah,
thing is to be involved in hip hop and all that, and another thing is to have an understanding of what it is. And that's what Big Daddy Yo provided. That's what he had on the table in front of everyone else. He understood hip hop. That's why he could go bust the rhymes and start going. He was able
yeah,
to do stuff like that because he understood hip hop. It
yep.
wasn't just, oh yeah, my pen is mean. No, his dictionary's mean. This man would write, bro, and he wouldn't finish writing until he felt he was satisfied. Talk about having
Ooh,
more. Talking about having
I
more.
remember.
Yo, he would have more bars on a piece of paper that could even fit in the beat style of the song. Like he was,
Yep,
yo. Back in
yep.
the days, I
Daddy.
remember when we used to rap. We used to rap on the Playero beats because the Playero beats were a steady beat throughout the whole thing. So we used to rap on Playero beats, right? He would start as
Right.
soon as the beat would start, and he would still have stuff to say once the beat was done. I'm like, yo, how much did you write? He's like, I guess too much to fit in a track. I was like, damn.
Yep.
Yeah, he was. Yo, Friday. It's gonna be all about him, man.
Pretty much. That's why I'm gonna try to tag all San Pedro in this in my video.
Talk about everything. Gotta
Yep.
talk to Gotta talk to everybody, bro. Invite Brando. Let Brando talk
Oh
about
yeah, of
how
course.
you know. Try to get in contact with Biano. Let Biano say his side of his story because at one point they had
Yeah,
beef. You
right.
know. Man. Rest in peace, man. Jose Santana, Big Daddy Yo. You know what I'm saying? Literally, El Biggie Smalls de San Pedro.
Yeah,
Y Freddy Goldman, El Tupac de San Pedro. Rest in peace to two goats.
yeah. I remember son back in the day, he always spoke highly of Goldman. Goldman knew Goldman knew me, because of Vaquero and stuff. But me and Goldman, we always used to talk about Jose. So my connection within that movement was there. I'm not gonna go around and say, "Oh, I was there when it started, this, that, and the third." But
Everything.
I could actually say that when it was 2003, I was there.
I was there for everything, bro. When the big announcement was made, when the Grupo Unido was made, um,
Yep.
I was there for all of that, bro. I was there for all of that. So I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to even reach out to the guy that actually started the San Pedro sound too, because because it was funny, right? Me and me and me and Joe and Jose, right? He gave me some tracks. And I was listening. I was like, okay, DJ Mafa. 2014, I went up and I met DJ Mafa. I was like, OMG, my boy always used to talk about you. He was like, your boy. I was like, yeah. Um, Big Daddy U. I was like, oh crap. And and DJ Mafa was walking with his wife in the Bronx. And that guy, he has barely no social media whatsoever. So it's
Word.
gonna be a fee. But
I'm gonna see.
we'll do it.
I get in contact with Pitufo Poco Tiempo, and see if he could
Yeah.
pull up to the show, man, and say some words, bro, because Jose's been through it all, bro. That man's been through it all. Jail, cobrador de guagua, limpiabota, guachimán, profesor, coach de pelota, coach de basquetbol. Yo, he's done it all, bro.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone. 2 seconds.
I got you.
Alrighty, I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on my way here, on my way back home, I bump into some people that I know, obviously, and the conversations. Who would win in a fight? Someone that knows Tiger Showman karate, or someone that knows Duck Sun Taekwondo? I said, well, I'm sorry, Tiger Showman. Duck Sun Taekwondo takes this belt.
Wow.
And the guy got upset. He's like, what you mean? Karate is more efficient than Taekwondo. Taekwondo just has a bunch of VIP kicks. You're right. I told him, you're right. You're right. But guess what Taekwondo, especially from the lineage of Duck Sun, has over Tiger Showman karate? What's that? Actual discipline. Yo, the Taekwondo guy, all he did was bow to me. He go, us. And I looked at the other dude, and he was just muffled, like in his anger. And I'm like, I'm out of here. Good night, y'all. Safety. Us.
Damn.
He was upset. I'm like, it's too bad, man.
His
It's
ego
not that I
got
have.
destroyed.
It's not that
When
I have
ego-
something. Go ahead, bro.
It's fun. It's funny when people have egos and it's destroyed by facts.
I have nothing against Tiger Showman, but
Right.
bro, you're not gonna tell me I'd be passing by some Tiger Showman dojos,
Mhm.
and I'd be seeing 7 and 8 year olds with black belts. I'm like, what is this? Yep.
Yep.
I'd be seeing 7 and 8 year olds, 9 year olds with black belts. I'm like, how they do that? And then you would see people like look and try to like say something without saying something. One parent told me, I bet the parent of that child paid for it. I said, I'm done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, you okay? Está heavy. ¿Cuál es el nombre? Because let me tell you, it's not about making comparisons per se, but it's about making a judgment call that falls in line with what I know as traditional. There are a lot of Taekwondo schools that are just point fighting systems and sports Taekwondo. If you put
Mhm.
someone like that against someone who's learning combat karate at Tiger Showman, the Tiger Showman guy might win.
Right.
But Duck Sun Taekwondo is one of the most strictest, most respected Taekwondos that came from mainland to America.
Yep.
And a regular sportsman, point fighter from Tiger Showman isn't going to make the cut fighting against someone with that strict discipline.
Right.
Right. So all I had to do was know the ins and outs. I'm like, what's this and what's that? Oh, well, this is this and this is that. All right. Well, nah, Taekwondo is taking that one.
Pretty much.
Because Ducks on Taekwondo, they train hardcore with conditioning. You know what I'm saying? They do a lot of sparring, a lot of taking punches to the chest and punches to the stomach, and it's not your traditional, well, not traditional, your non-traditional sports point fighting systems out here that all they want to do is spar with each other. Point fighting. I tapped you with point. That's it. Get away from me. It's not like that in the real life. You're gonna bump into someone that you got to confront in real life, and once that tap comes in, they're gonna probably double tap you back. And if you don't do nothing, then you might as well just call it quits.
Yep.
So it is what it is, man. I'm just
Pretty
happy.
much.
I'm happy to be alive and the things that I've seen, and I'm happy to know that what I've learned throughout my martial arts journey has helped me survive. To the extent where I'm still alive in one piece. I still feel young. My body still moves like I'm young. Besides against the odds and discrepancies of what I'm going through, like I have back pain right now. I have sciatica, but that is not stopping me. I've been going to the dojo. I've been training. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. I'm trying to get back into the queue of things. My back is killing me. Well, so what? It's gonna have to kill me till I'm dead.
Yep.
I mean, that's basically it. I don't see no other way around it right now.
Mhm.
For real, for real, for real. Let's see something. Scrunchy fish. Baraka. Okay, here we go. Wow, man, that Big Daddy Yo stuff was not. I wasn't expecting that. It's just
I wasn't
not
expecting that either.
at all, bro.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that at all. I was not. I was not ready for it at all. It's then who's ever ready for these things.
Yeah.
Who can ever really say that they're ready to depart from a family member or from a friend? Long term, short term. Mentor, teacher. You know, a student, disciple, disciple, student. Because either way you cut the sword, bro. A lot of these Spanish artists that I know from San Pedro, a lot of them learned English from me. And I'm not saying that I sat down with them and I taught them letter for letter. No, I gave them a lot of correction. I helped them with a lot of wording. I helped them with a lot of space words, vocabulary, phonics. Like that was my job with Perfect Clan. You know what I'm saying? That was my job. Like, yo, Villano, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but instead of saying that, why don't you say this? Oh, okay, cool. It fits better. It rhymes better. Yeah, let's do. Yo, Fulano, do say this, not that. Oh, okay, cool. Pa 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 pa. Because everybody
Yeah.
swears to God that they know English in San Pedro. That's another thing.
I mean, okay. It's like, okay, with San Pedro, you know the history, right?
Yeah.
There's American English, and then there's West Indian English, which is
Oh,
passed
all
down
over.
from generations. Now, I'll tell you a story with one of my homies. Well, you know him. One day, I was like, all right, but I was like, oh, okay. I was talking to Huda. So I
Yeah.
was like, yo. So I'm speaking in Spanish. He's like, yo, I speak English. I'm like, word, nigga? I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right. So, and then, we started talking about, everything. We actually met like maybe 2 times. So, shout out to Huda in San Pedro.
Shut out.
Del Humilde.
Hold up.
Yeah. And you know what was funny? It was like the first Vaquero video that I seen was bien, entonces a mí. Well, I ain't gonna go around and say that I know the whole thing, but you know which song that I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I actually saw that video, I was like, I like this. It actually resonates with me.
Right.
And I was like, I'm gonna support this movement. I'm not gonna go around and say I supported it monetarily and everything like that, but I became like an actual fan because you know even when Vaquero was going through that court case in what was it? It was like around 2012, 2013. Yeah, it was 2013. When he was going through that, I was like, certain people in New York was beef. I'm like, yo, what the heck? And then when the
Word.
truth was actually revealed, I already knew because I was talking to Huda.
Right.
Yeah,
It be like that.
pretty much.
A lot of people are quick to judge, not knowing the
The full context of the story. That
correct.
that's why if God forbid and everything like that, I would not go to you know, I will not go to how should I say? I do not want to actually be near this woman, Jenny Berenice, because she has a bad reputation in Dominican Republic.
Period.
Basically,
So nope. That's a word.
yep.
So right now I'm just doing one of those mod posters that I'd be doing.
Yeah.
I'm using the picture that I put up right now to make a mod poster for San Pedro real quick.
Yeah.
Try to see if I find something that fits more the description of what I'm looking for. Let's see. Looking for Yeah, so that was the first conversation about the Tiger Showman point fighting versus Duck Sun Taekwondo. And then the next conversation happened with a neighbor in my lobby on our way up the elevator talking about, the importance of martial arts. Your martial arts conserves the body, while helping you um, learning how to keep your body safe. And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. And he's like, he asked me if if I had allergies because I had a tissue, and I'm literally wiping my face and all that. And he's like, "You have allergies?" I said, "No, I have pain." He said, "Pain?" I said, "Oh yeah, I slipped 2 of my discs last year in my back, but nevertheless, I keep walking and I keep doing stuff." And he's like, "You keep walking? Wait, you broke your back and you're walking?" I'm like, yeah." "Oh, you're one of those people?" I said, "Yeah, we exist. We're crazy. Yeah, we exist. We're out here. We are crazy, unfortunately."
Yep.
But he's like, "What do you think about your pain?" And I said, "What about it?" And when I got out the elevator, I took a karate stance, and I got into a deep crouching cat stance. And he was like, "Oh, that's crazy." I said, "Yeah. Do you know how much this hurts?" He goes, "No. How much?" "A lot." So if I have to get into the stance because I have an opponent in front of me, they're gonna feel just as much pain as I'm feeling because I'm gonna unleash it all on them, and then I'm gonna make it back home to my loved ones. And he started laughing. He
Right.
said, "That's what I wanted to hear. Good night." I'm like, "Good night."
Yep.
That was it. I'm like,
Mhm.
wow, like two different sets of people started talking about martial arts with me out of nowhere. Like, wait, what's going on out here?
Yep.
I'm like, yo, I got a show I'm doing right now. Like,
Yeah.
I need to tune in. I gotta go.
Hmm.
Yeah, that tiger cat he was tight. But the only reason he was tight, bro, is because he knows I'm telling the truth.
Pretty much.
Because there's no way if he was a real 100% disciplined martial artist that he would get upset about anything. If anything, he would
Um,
fight with honor for his school,
right.
and he decided not to do that at all.
I mean, I remember when Tiger Showman was very, very original in the beginning,
All right.
but then after a while, it just started being on the MMA tip. I was like, huh? I mean, before it actually became like, okay, it's acceptable to go to a Tiger Showman school. Like when it first came out, it was just, I guess, smaller, if you could actually say that.
Right.
But then over the years, it started being like, oh, it was MMA. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, before Tiger Showman was Tiger Showman Karate. Now all of a sudden it's Tiger Showman MMA because there's so
Yeah,
many instructors that have, you know, jumped on the bandwagon. So now it's a multi level system with multi level talents of multi levels. Wow,
oh, and you know what's funny about Tiger Showman?
hit me.
You know he's kind of like your brother.
I mean, that's what I heard.
Yeah,
Kind of sad, but
yeah,
because the system is not as serious as the person.
right. Because they said that he began Kyokushin karate at the age of 6 in New York City. And he trained and competed throughout the United States and internationally in Japan and Israel as an adult. He has trained in grappling, boxing, kickboxing, and other martial art disciplines. After completing his career as a fighter, he opened his first training center in 1984, known as United American Karate in Quakertown, Pennsylvania. Over the time, the name of his style changed to first Tiger Showman's Karate, and then Tiger Showman's Mixed Martial Arts, and finally
Mm-hmm.
to Tiger Showman's Martial Arts.
Yep.
You know?
That is the truth of the truth of the truth.
Yep.
Yeah, man, like Kyokushin Karate is not playing, bro.
Yep.
And Soyama wasn't playing with nobody. He had time for no games.
Right.
So I have a concept idea of what project I'm bringing to the Harlem Festival.
All right.
I'm bringing hip hop back.
Nice.
Yeah, I stopped breaking my head and what innovative idea, what new can I bring? Nah, forget about all this new stuff. All this new stuff is what's damaging hip hop right now. I'm gonna go to Harlem Week with a fresh old school hip hop concept and put Harlem back on the map when it comes to hip hop. And that's how I'm gonna do it.
Mhm.
And that's it, man. I don't gotta do nothing else.
Pretty
I just
much.
got I just gotta represent.
Yep. Well,
That's it.
I'm about to take it down. Pete.
Copy that.
Yep.
All right, my brother. Been good serving with you tonight. Like
Yep.
always.
Shout out to Dog
Um,
Soldier for coming through tonight.
shout out to Ghost Dog. Us to him. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And many more like that to come. You know what I'm saying? It's always a nice vibe and a well lit environment when martial artists come together and they talk about their experiences. Because let me tell you something. It doesn't matter what level mastery degree you've earned. What matters is the being able to share the experience so that someone else can master something that you learned and mastered. And it's a whole repetitive circle.
Yep.
we each one teach one, and we grow from that. So next, you already know, guys. Till next time, stay woke, stay safe, stay vigilant. Us.
Us.